In the quiet hours of a Thursday afternoon in Nashville, Tennessee, where the sun casts long shadows across apartment buildings, where the city hums with the sound of music, with the sound of life, with the sound of a world that is always moving, always creating, always changing, a young man who became one of the most influential producers in hip-hop, a man who crafted some of the biggest hits in the genre, a man who changed the sound of modern music, a man who changed the way we listen, a man who changed the way we feel, has gone silent. Tay Keith, the Grammy-nominated producer best known for crafting Travis Scott's 2018 single Sicko Mode, has been found dead at the age of 29 in his Nashville apartment on Thursday, June 18, 2026, after officers conducting a welfare check discovered him unresponsive inside his Martin Street apartment, a quiet, sudden into a life that was anything but quiet, anything but ordinary. According to Metro Nashville Police, no foul play is suspected in the death of Britavious Chambers, 29, also known as Grammy-nominated record producer Tay Keith, and the death is unclassified pending autopsy results. The specific cause of death has not yet been disclosed, but an autopsy is currently underway, and the medical examiner has not finished the autopsy, so officials are calling it unclassified. Authorities were reportedly called to check on the producer after concerns arose about his well-being, and when officers arrived, they found the 29-year-old unresponsive inside the apartment. The circumstances leading up to the welfare check have not been publicly disclosed yet, and the official cause of death has not been determined. It's still a mystery. Investigators have not indicated any signs of criminal activity at the scene either, and they are awaiting medical findings before issuing a final determination. Tay Keith, whose real name is Britavious Lakeith Chambers, was born on September 20th, 1996, in Memphis, Tennessee, a city that is known for its music, for its culture, for its history, for its soul, for its rhythm, for its beat, for its sound, for its everything that mattered. He became a hometown hero for producing tracks by popular Memphis artists, and he started producing at 13 years old with a rock band microphone. A boy who knew what it felt like to dream, to work, to create, to live, to be everything that mattered. He began making music in middle school, teaching himself to rap, produce, and DJ. A young man who knew what it felt like to be different, to be brave, to be everything that mattered. He was a senior at Middle Tennessee State University when he produced Look Alive, a track by Block Boy JB featuring Drake that spent 4 weeks in the Billboard Top 10. A producer who knew what it felt like to be successful, to be valued, to be loved, to be everything that mattered. He was a 3-time BMI Producer of the Year who rose to become one of hip-hop's most celebrated names. A man who knew what it felt like to change the world, to change the way we listen, to change the way we feel, to change the way we live, to change the way we are. Tay Keith's wife and personal relationships have not been publicly disclosed. Information about Tay Keith's dating life is not publicly available, and he kept his family life private. A man who knew what it felt like to be different, to be brave, to be everything that mattered. He started out living with his mom, but later moved in with his dad, a young man who knew what it felt like to grow up, to change, to live, to be everything that mattered. He has been featured in publications such as Hypebeast and XXL Magazine, and he went to college for media management at Middle Tennessee State University, a man who knew what it felt like to learn, to study, to work, to be everything that mattered. Tay Keith's net worth is estimated to be around $12 million as of 2024, adjusted for inflation, a figure that reflected his career as a record producer, as a songwriter, as a collaborator with top-tier artists such as Drake, Travis Scott, and Block Boy JB, his unique sound and production style making him one of the most sought-after producers in the industry. A man who knew what it felt like to be valued, to be loved, to be respected, to be everything that mattered. His estimated net worth in their time was $10 million, and his expanding entrepreneurial ventures added to his consistent success in the music industry. He was a Grammy-nominated producer who worked with music's biggest stars, including Beyoncé, and his unique sound and production style made him one of the most sought-after producers in the industry. A man who knew what it felt like to be loved, to be respected, to be remembered, to be everything that mattered. Tay Keith's lifestyle reflected a young man who was deeply connected to the hip-hop culture, who was known as a pivotal and influential presence in modern music, who maintained an active presence in the industry until his passing, who was recognized for his vibrant personality, his deep connection with artists, his love of sound, his love of rhythm, his love of beat, his love of everything that mattered. He worked with music's biggest stars, and his unique sound and production style made him one of the most sought-after producers in the industry, a man who knew what it felt like to be loved, to be respected, to be remembered, to be everything that mattered. He was a three-time BMI Producer of the Year who rose to become one of hip-hop's most celebrated names, a man who knew what it felt like to be successful, to be valued, to be loved, to be everything that mattered. Tay Keith was just 29 years old when he was found dead in his Nashville apartment, a young man who had a career that spanned over a decade, from 2014 to present, a man who knew what it felt like to change the world, to change the way we listen, to change the way we feel, to change the way we live, to change the way we are. He became a hometown hero in Memphis, created Sicko Mode with Travis Scott, created Look Alive with Block Boy JB and Drake, and changed the sound of modern hip-hop, a man who knew what it felt like to be loved, to be respected, to be remembered, to be everything that mattered. He was a Grammy-nominated producer who changed the way we listen, who changed the way we feel, who changed the way we live, who changed the way we are, a man who knew what it felt like to be loved, to be respected, to be remembered, to be everything that mattered. The music industry has mourned the loss of a young talent who had so much more to give, a young man who had so much more to create, so much more to share, so much more to love. Tay Keith's legacy will live on in the hits he created, in the artists he worked with, in the fans who loved his music, in the world that he changed, in the lives that he touched, in the stories that he told, in the beats that he made, in the sound that he created, in the music that he gave us, in everything that mattered. He will be remembered for the sound of his voice, the sound of his beats, the sound of his music, the sound of his life, the sound of his everything that mattered. If Tay Keith's story, the image of a young man who started producing at 13 years old, who changed the sound of modern hip-hop, who created hits that changed the world, who changed the way we listen, who changed the way we feel, who changed the way we live, who changed the way we are, moved you, then please consider giving this video a like and sharing it with someone who might need a reminder that the most important things in life are not what you own, what you achieve, what you create, but who you love, how much you love, how deeply you love, how much your love matters, how much your love changes the world, how much your love changes lives, how much your love changes everything. If you want to stay connected to stories like this one, stories of people who have left their lives behind in the quiet corners of the studio, the apartment, the stage, the page, subscribe to the channel and turn on the notification bell so you never miss a new episode.